It's a rough life. Living up to Lassie, it's a rough life. Trying to be so classy when I'm going through the garbage for a midday snack. Knowing I'm in trouble when the folks get back. It's a rough life. When fleas live on your belly, it's a rough life. When people call you smelly, I'm developing a complex. I might need a shrink. They blame me every time that something starts to stink. It's a rough life. Begging for a cookie is a rough life. Never getting nookie. They chase me from the kitchen when I start to beg. They think that I'm perverted when I hug their leg.
Hi, welcome to the show. My name's Jesse Goldberg, and we have our guest here. She's been on the show many times before. Her name is Annie Bushmeyer, and she's a singer. And you're going to sing some songs here today.
I am going to sing some songs today.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me about yourself, where you're from, even though I really already know because we know each other so well.
We do.
But the audience doesn't know who you are.
I know.
So,
I need to let them
so
know.
you tell people where you're from.
Okay.
I'll pretend like I don't know anything.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Quincy, Illinois, which is right on the Mississippi River, across the way from Hannibal, Missouri, where Mark Twain was born, and moved there actually when I was 6. And
Are there like Mark Twain monuments and stuff there?
oh yeah, the caves there and everything.
Mark Twain, everything's called Mark Twain.
People come from miles away to see it.
Really?
So yeah.
Like around here, everything is named Old Hickory after Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything's Mark Twain something, or Twain this, Twain that.
It is. It is.
Oh, Samuel Clemens.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I know that.
And I don't think I've ever been in the cave, and I grew up there. Isn't that something?
There's a Mark Twain cave.
Yeah.
Where is that? Where he went to? That's what we is inspired Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer and all that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, grew up in Quincy, Illinois, and let's see, started singing when I was 6 and started swimming when I was 8. And so I swam up until my freshman year in college. But my senior year in high school was when I started singing. Tried out for a talent show and sang Bette Midler from a distance.
From a distance.
Yes, yes. And at that moment, being in front of 400 people every night, I realized that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and didn't know the first clue of how to do that, but you know, knew that that was the feeling I wanted to have. It was my dream. So.
Who were your inspirations to your singing inspirations? Besides me.
Besides you, of course. Right. Well, Whitney Houston is my hero. I cried for 3 days when she passed away. Mariah Carey, and then I've had several genres that have affected me throughout my life, but I actually grew up with Alan Jackson and John Michael Montgomery, and so listened to country as well. So it was probably R&B and country was what I grew up with. So, yeah.
R&B and country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your, first about your swimming career.
Well, swimming, golly, we practiced.
You got the arms for it.
I do.
Long
I'll tell
arms.
you, they're a lot thinner. When I was swimming, it was, you almost look like a man when you're swimming. You got
Really?
Oh yeah, your shoulders get huge. Well, you're practicing 5 hours a day, every single day. So.
Well, you sang. I know you're saying you swam sprints. Now, how do you practice for sprints as opposed to distance?
Oh my goodness. Well, sprinting, they usually, like in your practice, you have sets. So they may have, you know, going down for a 50 free, you would sprint 20 times. So you'll go down and back 20 times, and you have like 10 seconds in between each sprint where you have to go again. So they get your, you know, endurance up and get used to sprinting is basically what you do there.
50 is twice, one back and forth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then 100 is 4 laps, depending on the pool that you're in. But yeah.
What's with the start thing? You got to get a good start or something, right?
You do. You've got to know how to dive in. You've got to not jump too fast before they shoot the gun. Or
what about? I see that when they jump off the platform, they kind of like go as far as they can before they start swimming.
Yeah, yeah. There's a whole lot of specific things that go into winning a tournament.
You know what I always wondered? But when you're swimming, can you see the other people?
Yeah.
You know where they are? How can you do that? You just look
because
at
when
them?
you're swimming, you turn to the side to take a breath. And
well, what
then you
about the
can see
people on the other
person.
side?
Well, you take a breath on that side. Yeah, you take a breath on both sides.
On both sides when you're sprinting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sprinting, you usually, a 50 free, you don't breathe very often. You might have 2 or 3 breaths. but 100
That's
free.
it?
Yeah, yeah. You try to hold your breath as long as you can because you know when you take a breath, it slows you down. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't do like every stroke. It's
Yeah.
okay. All right. So keep going.
Well, anyway, so I swam, and high school decided I wanted to sing, and then went to college. My parents wanted me to have something to fall back on, and so I majored in elementary education. Taught for a year in Decatur, Illinois, and then came home and decided I was going to move to Nashville, Tennessee. I actually came here for a show choir.
A show choir?
A show choir.
What is that?
Well, not tournament. What would you call it? A contest where they show choir. You don't know what show choir is in high
Never heard of
school? It's basically dancing and singing, kind of like a musical type of. You know, you've got band, choir, show choir, orchestra. It's all in the music department. But
A show choir is more like a Broadway type show type thing?
kind of,
Okay.
yeah. And so we came here for that, and I went to Opryland, and I knew at that moment I saw the Bat Building, and I thought, I'm moving to Nashville to be a star. So
Now you've made it.
I made it. No.
So since you've been a star, has your life changed?
Oh my goodness! I tell you, I have to remember who I am. It's
Right.
tough.
Right. You still. So tell me more about your what you started when you first got to town.
Well, I moved here, sat in my apartment, and thought, what in the heck am I gonna do? Go, you know, where am I gonna find a job? Who am I gonna talk to?
What was the first thing you did?
So first thing I did was find a waitressing job at Houston's, actually, downtown, which I had to go through 3 interviews to get that waitressing job at Houston's downtown. It was crazy. Actually, I had to study. We had to know to a teaspoon what was in every entree and what
Really?
wine to go with each. Yeah, so that was my first feat, was to make sure I had money coming in, obviously, to pay for rent. And then ended up joining a cover band, an 80s cover band.
What was the name?
It was Candyland, was the 2 lead singing girl band. And then we also had Kung Pao, was where I was just the lead singer and there wasn't another girl singer. And then we had
Kung Pao?
Kung Pao, yes. And
They
I
still exist?
still don't know the story of that title. I asked him one time and I can't remember what
Well,
it meant.
maybe it's like Kung Fu, but you hit somebody. Hit somebody, it's like Pow or something.
Yeah. So I got a lot of experience on stage, traveling with a cover band, which is totally different from karaoke, which is what I mainly did when I moved here.
How often did you do karaoke?
Oh my goodness, probably once a week. I just wanted to, you know, sing however I wanted to.
Yeah, I've only
get
done
out
that
and sing.
once. So and it was a long time ago. Like, how does it work? I mean,
It's totally different from singing in a band. That's
no,
for
but how does
sure.
it work when you go? How often do you sing a song? The wait till your name comes up or something?
Well, it depends on the night. Fridays and Saturdays, you pretty much sing one every 2 hours. During the week, you know, there may not be anybody there, and you're singing every 4 songs. So it's really good practice, but you have to be careful not to fall into reading the words on the screen. Because once you get out and start singing in a band or singing at a songwriter's night, it's totally different from looking up at a screen and seeing the words. So you don't want to get into the habit of doing that. So.
Some of the karaoke things I went to, I didn't sing at them, but the level of talent was pretty good.
Oh my gosh. You come to Nashville and karaoke is like a singing contest. You know, and most people that come here don't want to get up and sing when it's supposed to be for, you know, for fun. People that get drunk and want to get up and sing, but most of the time there's so many good singers. People get nervous to get up on stage.
Anybody that you saw that was, you know, in your 9 years that went on to other things, record deals or anything?
Not from karaoke, I don't think so.
Well,
I've
everybody's
done
got
a
to
lot
start
of,
somewhere.
Yeah, you do have to start somewhere and keep your vocal cords warm because you never know what somebody's going to ask you to do at the last minute. And I've always kept that in mind with being here, is you never know what's going to happen. So stay in shape, keep singing, be ready for the next thing.
Another thing
So.
is you never know who you're going to run into. Because
Exactly.
Nobody looks like they're famous or something. Nobody looks like they're important.
Well, if they are important, they're not going to tell you they're important.
But they don't look like it. They don't look like they're important. Nobody
No,
does.
no,
They don't
no.
show their importance on
Yeah.
their clothes and stuff. They just look like regular people.
Well, it's tough, too, when you first move here because there's a lot of people that aren't important that make you feel like they're important, and then, you know, they don't do the right things with
Well,
you. So you have to be careful.
Every
you know?
human being is important,
Well, that's not what I meant. I
except for a
meant
couple of them. But
maybe
I mean,
not the right intentions. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's I don't know what the best way to describe it is. when I first got here, I ran into somebody who was like looked like a slob, and then all of a sudden he gets up on stage and starts singing. I said, "You wrote that? You wrote that? You wrote that?"
I know, right?
I said, "God."
There's so much talent here. It's unbelievable. Yeah. It's a fun town. I love it here just for, you know, you go into a coffee shop and you hear someone that's absolutely amazing. I watch these, you know, American Idol and The Voice, and I think, golly, come to Nashville. People would kick your butt. You know? There's not even, you know, those singers don't even come close to the talent in Nashville. So it's pretty cool.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to uniqueness more than, you know, you got to be kind of unique.
You do. You do. You have to have your own sound and
own personality, sort of.
Yeah.
Even though everybody kind of sounds the same. So I don't know where I don't know. I just don't know the answer.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just thinking. I also when I first came here, I did stage work. I worked
What do you mean stage work?
Put up stages. I've worked for a stage crew, and I just wanted to be around the people when the concerts were going on.
Really?
What is it? The place out by Murfreesboro. What was the place called that had all the concerts outside?
Oh, Starwood?
Starwood, yeah. I would put up a lot of stages there. And
was it called Starwood?
Yeah, it was Starwood.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it was tough work. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But I loved seeing, you know, the people singing. And after I saw someone get their, you know, a big steel beam fall on their foot, I thought maybe it was time for me to get another job. But I've always wanted to be around the music, so I do whatever I can to meet people and stay around it, because it's easy to kind of drift away from it, you know, if you get jaded, because it's tough.
Well, I think it was at YouTube or something on the internet. I saw you singing with a band or something.
Yes, we actually went to my hometown, and that was a really special moment.
Which
for
hometown?
me. Quincy.
Quincy?
Yeah, we went there for a convention, or a conference, really. The guy that put on the conference, it was like 2,000 people, and he requested that our band come, and so we got to go back to Quincy, and I got to sing there. So it was a big moment for me. It was neat. Even in a cover band, it was neat to sing back in my hometown.
So how long were your cover sets, you know?
4 hours. We were on stage 4 hours, and people, it's funny.
Was it like 40 minutes on, 20 minutes off, something like that?
About probably 10, 15 minutes off. So, and I mean, I would sing in high heels. So at the end of the night, I'm just like, oh, I take my shoes off, and they're just like pulsating my feet.
And you were you were in front too.
Yes, yes,
right.
yes. The first time I ever sang in a band, I had to learn 35 songs in 2 weeks, because they called me and said they needed someone to sing in front of the band. So I literally sat in my car. I had a CD with the songs and the instrumental track, and you could turn off the voice to listen to the track, you know, vice versa.
Right.
And I just sat there for like 9 hours a day until I knew every single song. And I remembered all the words. I have no idea how I did, but
well, I used to do piano bars, piano places, and I would sing for 4 hours too, but it wasn't as intense because nobody was listening.
It's hard to sing when nobody's listening to you. You have to create your own energy.
But it wasn't.
Really.
It wasn't as intense.
Yeah.
You use up more energy in 20-minute set where you know everybody's listening to you rather than a 4-hour piano bar set.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and it all depends on if people are drinking or they're sober too. You can have some pretty crazy people out in the front.
I once did this I forgot, it was a Shakey's Pizza Parlor in Glendale, Los Angeles, and in the middle of some tender love song or something. Number 65, pick up your pizza, and the whole microphone system would go off, and then, oh, yeah, number 65, pick up your pizza. And I have to keep going again. And all these little kids, because it was in Los Angeles, all these little kids, can you play It's a Small World? Can you play It's a Small World? I made more money playing It's a Small World.
Wow. Yeah. I sang in a peanut factory one time. They actually cleared, it was like the smallest town ever, and I don't remember where the heck it was, but they cleared out the whole factory, and they made peanuts there. And they had this like wooden stage that we sang on. It was crazy, and we actually, I can't remember if it was that one or another gig, but somebody had asked where the green room was. And the guy said, "There ain't no rooms green in her." I'm serious. We said, no, not painted green. I know. And trust me, I'm a redneck, so I'm not making fun of anybody. My whole family's that way, but it was a very comical moment.
I wasn't a redneck until I crossed the Mason-Dixon line.
Really?
All of a sudden, I became a redneck. As soon as I cross the border, no.
Well, people think I'm a northerner because I'm from Illinois, but actually it's more on the farm side of Illinois, so not near Chicago. I have a lot of friends.
A lot of my views have changed since I moved here, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
Everybody's so nice. Most people are really, really nice. And I remember walking into gas stations and people would just carry on this conversation with me, and I'm like, you're like talking to me. Nobody talks to me in Chicago, or people don't talk to you like that.
One of my first memories was on the subway in New York City, when I was 5 years old, and my mother took me to Macy's during Christmas. It's really crowded, and I was on the subway, and it was so crowded, and so packed in like sardines, and nobody said a word, and nobody looked at anybody. Everybody's looking in different directions. I said, "Mommy, why is nobody talking to each other?" That's still my impression of New York City.
As the kids are so innocent and honest, they don't understand us crazy adults.
So tell me about the songs on this "Live My Dreams."
Well, actually, the 3 songs that I sang, or I'm going to sing, is "Live My Dreams."
Right.
"Live My Dreams" is actually basically how it sounds. It's about me growing up in Quincy, Illinois, and coming to Nashville to live my dreams. And we've also got "Hard Earned Love," which is more of a bluesy country song.
Right.
So that one's a lot of fun. And also "I Look Twice," which is basically coming into a bar and seeing a woman coming in and seeing a singer. Well, I guess it could be vice versa, or vice versa, a man or a woman singing on stage, and you're not thinking anything of it, and then looking twice.
And they're all written by Jim?
Yeah, Jim Colyer, yes. Yes.
Jim Colyer.
He's a great songwriter. And they were actually, we have a lot of really good people that came together for this project. We've got John Thompson actually arranged a lot of the songs, and Kenny Royster was the engineer on the project.
All right,
and
I
he was great.
know him.
Yeah, he was great.
Right.
So.
Do you still have that studio?
Yep, he does. He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hear some of these songs.
Okay.
And you go over to the other room.
Okay.
With the other wall. And we'll be right back after the songs.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Been around the town trying to find some fun. I'm the only one. My heart's beating fast, my soul's on fire tonight. I got 'em standing in line, I can have my choice, but you're the one I'm thinking of. I'm really, really ready. I'm ready for some harder love. Been working all week just to earn my pay, living for Saturday, another Friday night, stepping out with a man like you. I wear my shortest skirt, my high heel shoes. You better not be late, 'cause I'm really, really ready. I'm ready for some harder love. Drinking, dancing, making the rounds, every honky-tonk in town. I can't wait till you take me home, and we're all alone. Been working so hard, I hate my job. I just don't wanna let go. My heart's beating fast, my soul's on fire tonight. I got 'em standing in line, I can have my choice, but you're the one I'm thinking of. I'm really, really ready. I'm ready for some harder love. Dancing, making the rounds, every honky-tonk in town. I can't wait till you take me home, and we're all alone. Standing in line, I can have my choice, but you're the one I'm thinking of. I'm really, really ready. I'm ready for some harder love. I'm really, really ready. I'm ready for some harder the right looks, the right. I'm so burned out on good-looking guys. I won't even let him catch my eye. I went to the bar and I got me a beer. The band started playing, I didn't care. I changed my mind when he started singing his song. It wasn't love at first sight, but thank God I looked twice. I took a deeper glance and I liked what I saw. I've had my share of late night scenes. I'm sick and tired of my routine. Wasn't love at first sight, but I looked twice. The band took a break. He walked up to me, had charm, he had me. He got me. He knew just what to say and how to say it. He said I'm his favorite song and he's gonna play. I found out what we've got in common, a deep-seated need to share good love. Now I'm his lady and he's my Mr. Right. It wasn't love at first sight, but thank God I looked twice. I took a deeper glance and I liked what I saw. I've had my share of late night scenes. I'm sick and tired of my routine. It wasn't love at first sight, but I looked twice. It wasn't love at first sight, but thank God I looked twice. I took a deeper glance and I liked what I saw. I've had my share of late night scenes. I'm sick and tired of my routine. It wasn't love at first sight. I looked. It wasn't love at first sight, but I looked twice. I grew up in the wrong part of town. Ain't nobody gonna keep me down. Mama worked hard, she gave me a life. The sound, I'm a country girl. I'm looking for my niche in this world. I'm looking for love, I'm looking for a man. I want somebody who understands. I'm gonna live my dreams. They're gonna carry me. Live my dreams, taking me where I wanna be. I'm gonna live my dreams. They're gonna keep me alive. Live my dreams, and I'll survive. I'm broke, but the money's gonna
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yay.
It's showbiz. So that's very good.
Oh, well, thank you, Jesse.
You did very
I
good.
appreciate it.
And how'd you like the other room?
Oh, it was excellent. It was a great environment. I hope you enjoyed the singing. I did myself. So.
Okay, well, this
Thank
Annie
you.
Bushmeyer was was here, and what's your website?
It is www.anniebelle, ANNIEBELLE910.com. So
Anniebelle.
Anniebelle910.com.
You should get like a
Yes.
simpler website.
I know, but I've had that forever, and I just,
All right,
it was
we'll
available.
put it on. We'll put it on the screen the whole time.
All right,
Anyway, we've got to get
sounds
going.
good.
My name's Jesse Goldberg. This is Annie Bushmeyer. We'll be back next week with another edition of the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
It's a rough life. Living up to Lassie, it's a rough life. Trying to be so classy when I'm going through the garbage for a midday snack. Knowing I'm in trouble when the folks get back. It's a rough life. When fleas live on your belly, it's a